Hey guys, Spartan117GW here today, and we're going to be talking about this really cool gun right here. But this isn't just any gun, and this is a clone of Travis Haley's OYF SOP mod. And on top of that, he actually helped me build it and paint it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So here we have this beautiful gun. This has got to be one of the coolest clone guns ever, because obviously, like I mentioned before, the guy that the clone is based off of worked on the gun. So this was kind of a cool idea that I had a while ago. I've been to Haley Strategic numerous times, and I know that the Blackwater rifle gets a lot of attention, but I was always, I always had a soft spot for the SOP mod, and because he'll have a clone of his original SOP mod up on his wall, and I'd look at that and be like, dude, that is such a cool gun. Not just because of the type of weapon system it is and all the attachments and everything on it, but also the paint job was really badass. So I wasn't even sure if we'd be able to get close, and we actually got pretty damn close. So as you can see, this is a M4 SOP mod. Force Reconnaissance was using them, and he used his specifically in Liberia and Iraq. So this is kind of more the, I guess, the Iraq variant, but minimal changes since then. And it's funny that we've actually joked around that mine, in some ways, is almost more accurate than his new clone, because I actually have an A1 grip, and he actually preferred the A1 grip because he just hated the nub. It was just more comfortable. So as you can see, I have arms swan leaf on here, which was kind of hard to find. Then I have an arms mount for my aim point, it's real aim point. I have a PEC 2 up here, so that's basically what the guys were using at the time, and a Surefire 6P. Now I don't have the right tail cap on the Surefire 6P, but I could still use it with the button that comes with it. And it's pretty badass because it's really interesting to see how these minute setups evolved over the years and became Haley Strategic products. Like, you look at where the light is mounted, where he's putting things, and it's cool to see, like, wow, he's been using them like this for a while, so he had just made products that kind of solve those problems. So this one uses basically like a shotgun, like tube light kind of mount, but obviously it's on an M4 platform, which is kind of cool. Have the 40mm grenade launcher on here, and the Ready Mag. Now the Ready Mag, kind of like my Gothic Serpent kit, which is up behind me somewhere, Ready Mag was kind of a popular solution to have another mag on the gun in like the 90s, 2000s era, and then slowly over time kind of faded away with the introduction of the bad lever and things like that, which Travis actually designed. Being able to reload from another source was pretty damn fast, if not faster. And as you can see, it also kind of lightened the gun up a little bit, because this gun definitely is front heavy. So not something you want to carry around all the time if you're playing airsoft with it. And by the way, this is an airsoft clone, but hella badass. My kit that you saw in the video isn't exactly correct for this gun. What I really need is a Force Reconnaissance kit from the early 2000s. I don't have the vest, and working on basically getting a close setup to that. Haven't gotten there just yet, but what was cool is, like, Travis sent me pictures and gave me tips on what to look for and find, and I assembled it to him. I assembled it and I brought it to him because he told me, it's like, hey, if you build it, he said, I'll paint it. So I was like, oh shit. So I got the gun, brought it over to Haley Strategic on one of my airsoft trips over there, and yeah, then we started the process, and it was kind of daunting because, once you start, it's like, well, can't stop. Just not just the painting process, because we spent a good amount of time. Like, he dedicated some solid time working on this thing, and it was actually pretty funny because at some point during the painting process, he kept like holding his original clone for reference and holding this one, and at some point he actually was worried that he had painted his original clone. He's like, wait, is this mine? I was like, no, that's mine. You're painting the right gun. He's like, oh, okay. So you know that the paint job and the work is good when the guy who's doing it and the guy whose gun it's based off for a quick second gets confused which gun's which. So pretty dang close. Now the painting was the first phase, and you know we learned a lot as we were going along, and it'll require a lot of natural weathering as I go, and as you know I use the gun and kind of just manipulate it, if you will. But the weathering part was pretty cool, just using like acetone and stuff like that, paint remover or whatever, just kind of working on certain spots. Like that's really where the artistry came out. And if you know Travis, you know he loves painting guns, he loves working on little details and stuff like that. And so he literally, like, talking about like Dremel and all kinds of stuff, just working on all the little details and the weather points, just getting the weathering as close as he could. And I gotta say, I'm pretty damn happy with the final product. Like, this thing is freaking cool. And I mean, I got the real aim point on here. Like, I can't wait to use this in like a game with like a close to kosher kit, or just any OIF kit in general, because this is a pretty badass setup. By the way, this is actually the same gun I used in my other OIF setup, where it was just a standard infantry M4. Well, now this is kind of a force reconnaissance M4, but I could still use it from my other GWAT kits. But yeah, this thing is absolutely glorious. I've got a GMP pack on there. I think I mentioned the pack, but it's a GMP. And it turned out fantastic. And I just think the story, the process, just the whole experience, like, how many people have cloned rifles but been able to get the guy whose rifle it was based on to help him work on it? Like, that's pretty cool. It doesn't matter airsoft or not. So super happy with how this turned out. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the crowns of my collection. It's funny because I have two guns that Travis Haley used. Well, they're based off guns that he used or that he actually used. I have the screen used Exodus gun, and I have this that he hand worked on. So this is just a work of art. It's a masterpiece. It's kind of a cool little takeaway from my last Haley Strategic visit. So yeah, this thing's badass. So I mean, I could say it's amazing all day long, but yeah, just the whole process was amazing. And yeah, if you guys want to build a gun like this or getting into cloning guns, do it. It's a lot of fun, and you know, even cooler when you can work with the guy who's gun you're cloning. Like that was just a freaking amazing experience. So make sure you guys check it out. Also check out Haley Strategic. Those guys have been great to me, and they have a lot of great training, a lot of great accessories and stuff like that, and there's a lot of great history there. So if you go by their shop, there's so much cool stuff there. So be sure to check it out. In case you guys are wondering, there's some other discounts and links in the description. I'll be uploading more videos and whatnot, but I just want to share this cool project. And big thanks to Evic for helping source some of the parts. I actually got the base gun from Evic, the car stock, the GMP pack, and the grenade launcher, and the Ready Mag as well, the replica Ready Mag. So if you're looking to kind of piece things together, Evic has a lot of stuff for you. Some of the stuff you won't be able to find there, but you might get close, like the replica aim point and stuff, but this is a real aim point. But yeah, go ahead and check those guys out if you want to get into building some guns or playing airsoft or what have you. So a lot of good stuff there. So thank you guys for watching. This is Spartan117GW, and I'll see you guys next time.